Mhm.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Round Square Table Podcast. Today, we are joined by our hosts, CJ, Tony, and myself, Josh. Thanks for joining us here live on Twitch. Give us a follow. Check out our schedule posted down below for our next cast. You can also follow us over at YouTube at Round Square Table Podcast and over at Spotify. Make sure you rate us 5 stars and give us the thumbs up and all the things. How we doing, boys?
Everything.
We are doing good.
Doing horrible as always.
Oh,
Every
no.
day. And
I am
slowly
here.
every day. Alright, okay. We know that you're here, Mr. All Might. Are you gonna start laughing too and just go big ol'
It is
Ha,
okay
ha, ha.
because I am here. For content.
I actually gotta finish watching the rest of that season 2.
I am not caught up.
You're not
I'm not
caught up?
either.
What?
I'm not caught up in My Hero, but I do know of like what's been going on, kind of.
I have a rough idea. I'm not totally sure, but I have like a very minor rough idea.
Twitter is a bitch for those who don't like spoilers.
Well, that's why I don't have Twitter. So
There you
I think
go.
I'm good.
You saved yourself.
I don't really see a reason to having Twitter. Twitter's just whatever.
It's there, except
Yeah,
for
it's
the
just-
viewers that love it. And we gotta make sure to have one for the viewers.
Yeah, one day.
But
You
let's
handle
see.
that.
Yeah, I gotta get on eventually.
Eventually, 2 years from now.
So what is yeah, probably. Maybe when I'm not working at Walmart, Wally World, I mean. But what is our first topic of discussion today, boys?
Well,
Wanna
Tony,
get
you
right
seem
into
pretty
it.
excited about yours. Why don't you lead us off, bud?
Okay. So, I have this little weird thing with music, even just with sound in general. So,
Mm-hmm.
how I see it is like my little thing with it. Depending on what's going on in your life, whether it's something that's going good, something that's kind of bad, anything just in general, just anything.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's hard for people to communicate certain things and to express themselves. And this also leads into other things as well. But I believe when you listen to a song and or even just like it could be the most complicated thing, could be like the most orchestrated piece of music, whatever, most elegant, most hardcore, or even just like the most simplest little melodies, or even like a little simple sound. If you hear it at that certain point in your life or time, it resonates with you so much where it feels like it changes you.
Mm-hmm.
Like it hits you to your core. It's like this is what I am feeling right now.
It
Yeah.
infuses with you in
Why
a
why
sense.
can I not express this myself speaking it, but this is like saying everything, or just this instrumental thing is just everything that I am feeling. So
Because
the biggest question for me is it could be for both of you two, like what kind of sound, it doesn't have to be like a music, it can just be anything in general. It's just like what kind of sound from even from a game, from anything in general,
anime and shit. Yeah.
even anime too, like what
Because I
song or
definitely got a
sound,
few there.
yeah, what kind of resonates with you, like what really kind of sat with you, where like kind of like changed you to an extent, like
Thinks
really.
Sake from One Piece, honestly, because cool thing about this song, it's definitely like prominent in the series. It's the pirates, like one of the main piratey songs, and it changes depending on how fast or how slow you play it. If you play it slow and like at a lower tempo, or like more, goes into a more somber and sad. But the faster and more upbeat you play it, or the quicker you increase the tempo, the happier it sounds. It could be jovial. It could be there's a crew of pirates that essentially they're known to be all musicians and stuff like that. It's just the Rumbar pirates and whatnot. And they end up fighting another crew in an area, and they all get poisoned by the opposing crews like weapons and that. And they all know they're gonna die. So as their like last thing, they're like, we're gonna play one more big song together with the living crewmates, and they're just all playing and like slowly people are dropping off until it's like a duet or a trio, a duet, a solo, and then the last guy finally dies, sadly. Uh, but the way that the song just it impacts the series because you get to see so many key memories and key moments. And One Piece has been like throughout my life. It like the last arc was 10 years it went on for. 10 years we've been in like one island, but the music and all of that through it have like stuck with me. It's gotten me through like a lot of low points where I've had some really bad depression and all that, and it helped me essentially have uplifting moments and understand that like the fact that you can express the song both joyfully and sorrowfully. It can be just a jovial, good time song, a party song, or it could be a sad, somber song that's played like if you're grieving for somebody or something. And it has stuck with me so hard. And I absolutely love my wife. She had it stuck in her head recently. She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because it's good. Deal with it." And what about our buddy's song here? I need to hear it. I've been rambling a little too much.
No, you're good. Honestly,
Perfectly fine.
mine tends to end up being much more like Rat Pack stuff.
Oh yeah, that stuff's cool.
Yeah, like there's been a weird I wouldn't really say transition that's been going on with it in the last couple years, but with all the like retro wave and stuff like that, I've been trying to find something that's like a retro, like Neo Tokyo wave esque music that also pairs in that Rat Pack like vocals. I don't know why, but like there's some days I just start hearing a little bit of Frank Sinatra playing through my head, and
Yeah.
it's just like, God,
I
Frank, why are you doing this to me right now?
Another song that hit me on that note is "I Did It My Way" by Frank Sinatra. That shit was such a
I
good song.
did it
My
my
way.
way.
Tony caught up on he knows his shit.
Yeah,
But
that's a
yeah,
good one too. That
all
actually
right,
impacts pretty well as well.
But, you know, at the
exactly.
same time, it's like I'm also a big blues guy. Like Tony knows I will listen to at randomly. Like I'll start listening to BB King, I'll start also playing a little bit of Kenny Wayne Shepherd, who I've seen live, and Tony, Jesus criminy, if you got to play with that man, whew, he could teach you a thing or two.
Yeah,
Well,
Like
I'm up
not
for
even
learning.
in like a show offy fashion. He's just one of those good guys. Like he just wants to come out, have fun. Like and
And
you're sitting in a
that's
small hall and you just see the guy pick a guitar up and keep playing it behind his head, and it's not like heavy metal or anything, and it's just like low, very long stroke plays, and it's just like, oh, that's hitting me right in the feels, my guy. Oh,
yeah,
there's just
very
so much
rare.
soul in it.
definitely.
Very rare you can just find people that just are kind of like that, where they just want to be like that and just play for fun and do what the hell they want.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like Tony, I'm gonna have to send you some of his stuff after this because like there's some of it. It's like, oh, I actually wait a second. Why do I know all these other people in this? Hold on. Like, there's a couple songs. Like he's got one called Spank, right? Has Kid Rock singing fucking vocals in it. It's like, I'm sorry, huh?
Well, Kid Rock is kind of
Kid
in a lot of
Rock goes
stuff.
in hard on everybody, and it's like, all right, you know what? I'm cool with this.
Well, he's done like a mix of everything, as far as I know.
Big time. Yeah, like that's my main jam is like either blues, Rat Pack, or a little bit of like neo wave,
Mm.
like neo and synthwave crap.
Mostly, I mean, I like classic rock and stuff like that, but I mostly listen to like anime shit. But there's someone who does like a really good dubbing of a lot of good like anime openings and shit like that. Uh, Dave does music on YouTube,
Yeah,
and his shit's fire because he's able to still hit the tempo and do it as like a respectful and really high quality dubbing. So anytime he like drops something, I listen to it because I mean I love the original lyrics and hearing it in like the Japanese voice because a lot of it flows better, but he's able to transition it to where saying the different words or having the different sounds for a word doesn't remove the tempo of the original song, which is a really hard thing to do when you're transitioning languages.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty insane. That's
I
actually
was
pretty
like,
good.
man, this guy, he's got it. I was like, they need to hire his ass. He'll fucking get those dubs done good.
yeah.
But essentially, I mean, I've never really been big with music, unfortunately. I don't really have a sense of rhythm except in martial arts in a sense. And they tell you don't want rhythm as well because of you don't want to be
Predictability.
predictable. Yeah, you don't want to be predictable.
Oh, I see
Uh
this guy's fighting to the beats of the kung fu fighting.
yeah.
Maybe if I could counteract with the Eye of Tiger.
Yeah. No, you
I
got to do whoa. What is it good for?
Oh my god.
Got to counter violence with the non-violent song rhythm.
Very true.
yeah.
That'd be one really
That would
awkward
be
fight.
one. Yeah. It's like, is it your turn to hit or mine?
I don't know what tempo, what beat is this? Fist
I don't
pulse.
fucking know.
I don't know. Like, you just want to go get a smoothie?
Sure. We can talk
Okay,
about
cool.
music.
Okay, cool.
Those people probably should not be fighting either. It's like, why are you fighting like this? Who taught you this? Nobody. Exactly. Get it out of your head.
Get out of here.
But yeah, a lot of the one of the musics that really hit me, and like it activates like your fight or fright in this, or fight or flight sense in a way, is like music in Hunter x Hunter when shit gets dramatic. I don't know who they hired to do like the orchestral stuff, but they just bring on like this fear of, or this foreboding music that is like, oh God, what's about to go down? Please no.
So either I'm going to die or something's going to die.
Or something big's gonna happen, and it's fucking crazy.
Shit's about to explode.
Yeah. I apologize in advance if I swear a lot. That's just me.
Just to remind our younger audience, this is an adult broadcast. I don't give a fuck your age.
Yeah.
Your discretion is advised.
If you are under 18, kindly escort yourself off the premises.
Or don't. It's the internet.
Or don't. Yeah. Just make sure to get your parents' permission.
We're not your goddamn parents. You do what the fuck you want.
Hey,
or at least
you made it online today. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Yay.
Actually, yeah, sincerely.
Woo!
Proud of you.
I feel accomplished. Woo-hoo.
You woke up today. Yeah. Hopefully just got yourself some food maybe, and sat down and said, "Oh, I'm going to go to a little stream, or I'm going to listen to this podcast." Good job making it here. Seriously, enjoy your Labor Day. Relax.
Yep,
Don't
get some
work like
coffee,
us.
Get some tea. Do what you want. Chillax. Be in the bed. Get out of bed. Do what you want.
Play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Find me and be like, "Why is this guy throwing trains that are like 8,000 attack at me?"
Chugga. Woo. Dead.
I gotta step away for a moment.
Good shit. No worries.
Just keep it going.
Keep it going. All right.
He's getting the foods. I know.
I gotta get the foods.
It's there.
I smell it.
Really smell.
Smelly.
Anchovies.
Fish. I see.
But yeah, you do bring up a good point with the music and everything, with the anime and all that stuff.
Because usually it leaves you with a moment because something big in the anime is impacting it. What song plays during those moments? That shit sticks with you.
One that sticks with me the most really is I think it was from Brotherhood for Full Metal.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my more favorite fight scenes too as well. Freaking Ed finally gets his body back and he's going against God to an extent.
Yeah. Oh,
and
that shit was so good.
Yeah, just all that music going on in the background too, and just that goddamn solid punch.
Yeah, it gives him so cathartic.
I felt that too. I'm like,
yeah,
god damn, that to me feels satisfying because you know for a fact like he's been wanting to do something like that for a long time.
Exactly. It's that cathartic. Time. Oh, it's that cathartic. Finally, the bad guy gets mollywopped that we've been waiting for. We've been piling up this anger for how many seasons of the show, and finally we get to sock that dude in the face good.
I know. This that. I'm like, oh my god. Such satisfaction. I love it.
Oh yeah. It just feels like it's finally the world is healing.
The world.
My heart is healing. I've had to deal with there's trauma and stuff. One Piece is also really good at moments like that, where you finally have the bad guy just absolutely get mollywopped good and laid the fuck out. And I gotta send you a video or two of like one of those moments, and it just feels so good. You're like, yeah, you're like yelling at the monitor. If you're in a dorm or something watching anime, people are like, why the fuck's this guy getting so excited? What's his deal?
Because
the guy is watching porn.
I mean, that's also very
guy
true
got
too.
Nailed.
I mean,
yes, cum shots. What?
Oh,
and it's everywhere.
Remember to save that soundbite for your soundboard. Somebody, yes, cum shot. years down the line when we make.
Oh, see, I would
my
love for
God.
that to come back as like a donation sound later down the road. Cum shots.
I'll try to
would
find
be
that
fucking great.
and just take it and keep it if I can. Don't worry, I'll try to.
Oh, we need that. Oh, Tony's gonna work his sound magic, and it's gonna bite
I'll
him in
find
the
a way.
ass.
Don't worry, I'll find my way.
You're
But,
you're lining your own coffin there, bro.
Hey,
But hey,
that's all
doing
right.
it
He's
for
already
the content.
sleeping in one.
For the
Hey,
content.
you don't know if I sleep in a coffin already.
Oh, that's true. I heard they're very comfy.
Dude, some of them can be super comfy, but alright, let's just be real here. I die, put my ass in a pine wood box, do not make that thing
Yep.
fucking foo-foo. If you
Yeah,
fucking
I don't
spend
need
more than
that.
$100 on a coffin, I'm gonna wake up from my grave and beat you.
Exactly. It's like, just put.
Just,
I'd be cremated and fucking sprinkle my ashes somewhere funny in Hawaii.
Yeah, just burn me like how you do with the Jedi. Just burn me and I can make my way to the Force. I'll be fine.
Flush me down the toilet and hope I make it to Hawaii.
There you go.
Just want to say,
I'm not sure if you're gonna
these
get really
guys
far
made
there,
it
though.
very quick with that fucking pizza. Was not expecting it that
Where
quick.
was that from? What pizza place?
It's just a little local place called Guido's.
Guido's. That sounds like a fucking good pizza place, probably.
All right, so
if you name it Guido's, it's got to be good.
So, CJ, I know Tony's not a big pineapple on pizza guy. He likes the flavor that gets added and the moisture that it adds.
I've actually had it before with pineapple and pizza. It's not terrible, and I will admit it's not bad. I don't prefer it very much, but it's still not that bad.
But CJ, are you a pineapple belongs on pizza guy?
I'm someone who likes pizza to be a cheese experience, namely because I have a minor tomato allergy, so I can't have a lot of pizza sauce as well. I have to go light on the sauce, otherwise it's like a sarin gas attack for everyone in my room.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I don't like my dog would run away from me, and if anyone knows how nuclear golden retriever farts are, that's saying something.
Ooh, yeah.
But I've tried it. It's not for me, but I can see the appeal for other people.
So
other
just to
people
show
would.
everybody what it looks like here. Look at that deliciousness. Yum, 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 yum.
Actually, it doesn't look too bad.
Hello, my puppy. My dog has joined us.
Hey, Cole.
It's like, you have summoned me, father!
He's like, you brought up me.
You spoke my name. I have been the son.
Hi, baby. Yeah, I was talking about your nuclear farts, you goofball.
Alright, so part 2 of what belongs on pizza. Does ranch belong on pizza?
You know, ranch? I don't know about that one.
I
haven't
haven't
had it.
Because
Absolutely
I've had the chicken
yes.
bacon ranch. Pizzas, and those are
let's
fucking
see.
delicious.
You know what also belongs on pizza that I don't see very often?
Your mom.
Oh!
Oh,
Okay. We bring people's moms into this. With like, all right, we'll at least make the insults better than a grade school lot.
Okay. Okay.
But
Damn!
what is it? It's a kind of salt. Finishing salt. That's it. No, not that kind. I thought that was like in the line of like sauces. That's more of a sauce.
I mean, it could be
No, it's much more salt.
I was gonna say it depends on your sodium intake.
But again, if you eat
Unlike
pineapple, guys, looking at you.
Oh yeah, that makes some interesting stuff taste better. Apparently,
Just say jizz. Just say it.
just say the jizz. For once, I'm trying to censor myself. I at least deserve a pat on the head for that.
Look,
I
being
tried.
live, we at least have the autonomy to fucking just be us.
True.
Now, following
All
us
right.
over on YouTube, there you will find our censored versions more likely.
Yeah.
Poor Tony has a
otherwise-
lot of work.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry already. I forgot about that.
Don't worry. The first one kept everything. So
Nice.
this
Yeah,
one's
really, we
probably
just got to
kinda
watch,
worth
like, the first, I think, 10 minutes of it?
30. I thought it was like 30 seconds.
Depending
No, I thought it
on
was
what age group you get put into, according
Yeah.
to the algorithm, it will determine how much you actually have to censor. Because there are some people, like Donut Operator, like his main channel, He basically cannot have any sort of swears. But his B channel, he's just got to wait like 2 to 3 minutes. But then there's like their podcast that they do. That great podcast. I personally love it. But they start fucking swearing like 5 minutes in, and they go for an hour and a half. So it's like, okay, what's 5 minutes versus? But you know, they do have words that it's like they definitely have to censor, like Deadpool. Like there is a character called Deadpool.
Yep.
These jackasses went out and bought a fucking blackboard and made a Deadpool of their friend group.
Oh no.
Yeah, YouTube seen that and went, hey,
No.
you gotta stop saying that.
Yeah.
Like, they had to remove it from being in the set in order for them to get monetization back.
Oh man, that's bad. That's pretty bad.
Hi, YouTube. Like, we're gonna behave. Maybe.
Keyword. That's a big keyword right there. Is maybe. Nice big old parentheses. Bottom of the box.
Big sarcastic quotes.
Look, when we start making, like, if we ever start making money off of YouTube, okay, we'll play. We'll play nice. Okay.
Yeah, we'll play nice. Just for
till then, I'm gonna eat my pizza.
Exactly. Enjoy your food.
Eat your pizza.
So while he eats, Tony, our next topic, do you want it to be Yu-Gi-Oh? Have you been playing any Master Duel lately? Have you been building any decks? I know you occasionally buy some cards once in a while. I want to hear about it.
Very rarely do I do any kind of purchasing. I do, like, I have some challenges that I do get done, and I get enough to get a couple free gems to get like 10 packs of the most.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't really done any decks recently. The only deck I know of that I've made was my Melodious deck. And I've done a couple duels online with it, and I've actually won a couple because there's one card specifically with one of them where if I special summon it, it can't be destroyed by card effects or destroyed by battle.
Oh gosh.
So I throw it in defense mode. And
just let them run into it.
They can run into it all they want if they want. No big deal. So, but I also have Sanctuary in the Sky, so I don't take no battle damage.
Yup.
I'm like, okay, so I can leave it in an attack position. You can't do nothing with it. So I have a monster on the field permanently. And if I control a Melodious, I'm allowed to special summon other Melodious monsters from my deck or from my hand. So in turn, I can get out some of my big Melodious monsters. I get out one of them where I'm able to special summon one every turn. I also have Master Hyperion in there because why not? So it's even more destruction. Yeah, it's pretty insane. The next deck I'm trying to actually get to doing is bringing back my elemental heroes.
Oh boy, that'll be fun. I mean, there's so many different directions you can go with that shit.
Oh, I know. You can
one of the main dudes that's like meta right now is like the fire. I'm trying to remember his damn name, but they've been using him all the time because he constantly negates everything and just.
He's probably using the new Destiny hero.
Yeah, one of those. And good God, is that thing annoying.
Definitely an easy way to cheating that out with that new fusion card for the Destiny. I think it's like Future Fusion or not?
Yeah,
Future Destiny. So it's called.
Yep. I think. So, yeah.
It's just like boom, boom. I mean, I can spam with my original real life deck. I can, if I have the right cards, I can get out like 3 fusions or even 4 in one go. If I have the right cards, because I have Miracle, Future. I don't really. Actually, I probably should substitute Future because it's good, but not the best. But I have Miracle, Super Poly being a staple. Because like, you know what, you got a water type there. I'm gonna freaking use that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, that's a nice deck you got there. Here, let me borrow something.
Yeah. But my next big goal after that is trying to make that one deck I have where it's like, I want it to be where it negates everything.
Oh boy!
Like I kind of want it to be like a meta deck, or like
A negate board.
like an anti-meta one, but to where it's like, you know what? I want to make it to where whatever you're doing to me, I'm gonna redirect it back to you.
Ooh.
It's like, oh, you take like 5,000 points of damage. It's like, no, I played this card. You take that 5,000 points instead. Yeah, there you go. You can take that. No problem.
You can
Oh, you
have
want to
it.
destroy my monsters? No, I'm gonna play this card. You can destroy that one, and that one. So goodbye. Get them out of here.
The most anti-meta card in the entire history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still at 3, by the way, is Prohibition. All you have to do is let your opponent go first, have the card in hand, and if you see what they are playing, like say they're doing like Dragon Maids, you can be like, all right, well, this card's integral for Dragon Maids. I play Prohibition. I call out that one card, and nobody can use that card for the remainder of the duel. Good luck.
True, but that prohibition is a continuous spell, so it's once it's destroyed, that's it.
A lot of guys, though, if you play like their key thing or their like main card, unless they have a counter in hand, sometimes they'll just scoop right there, and it's stupid how quick that it does that.
Watching it here and there online sometimes with people that do a couple games here and there, it's just like random decks. I'm like, why?
Exactly.
Why?
Look, I mean, if you toss Prohibition out, it's good when you have the opportunity to throw it out there when you know what your opponent plays. But that also means you have to know like all the different like meta decks and stuff and what's key for everyone, which is there are a lot of players that are able to know that, and I praise them for it. I'm not one of those players.
No. All I gotta do is just play Monarchs, and there you go. Like
there
Monarchs,
you go.
Monarchs are just straight up like you must tribute, and that's all you can do.
Yep.
You can normal summon fine, but you cannot special summon, which a lot of decks revolve around special summoning.
Definitely. Oh, almost every deck that I know, except for like one or two of them, like Monarchs and the other thing. But Prohibition is so funny when you slap it down and you call out like Eldritch or something, and they're like, "Oh fuck, that's my whole deck. That's my whole the main engine of my deck or whatever." And if they don't have a counter, they're like, "Ah, fuck it, I scoop." And if you run say you get like 3 Prohibitions, you're like, no, what is it? You're like, no Eldritch, no this, and then those are like the cards that run the engine of their deck, and you're like, well, fuck, why do I even bother trying to play? I'm hoping for like a Harpy's Feather Duster or something that'll pop Magic and Traps, a Lightning Storm maybe. But I myself have a deck that it has evolved. It started off as Googly Eyes Drum Dragon deck.
When the Googly Eyes Drum Dragon's about to evolve. Ding, 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 ding.
And essentially, the card itself, it was for the normal and rare event festival, so you can only have normal and rare cards.
Right.
So all of the cards that intertwine with Googles, which are the Super Defense Robots, which is like 3 different cards, and like one other, they're all normal and rare. So I threw all of those and threw 3 Googly Eyed Drum Dragons. Found out that they had the gears, and those all were normal and rare, except for like a few of the like later on cards. But it essentially allowed me to search stuff like that. And then I basically would play one Super Defense Robot, the other one one summons the other, and then I would XYZ it to make Googly Eyes Drum Dragon, which is 3,000 attack, 8 stars, and if I detach one thing from it, it bumps it up to 4,000 for my turn and the opponent's turn. And if my Googles dies while a Super Defense Robot is its material, I can just bring it the fuck back out again and throw a material on it from the grave. Like, I think it's like the turn after or something. I'd have to check. And it's so like silly. So what I do is I threw limiter removal when I wasn't in the event thing anymore. So double the attack of all machine monsters you currently control until the end of the turn. During the end phase of this turn, destroy the monsters.
Destroy. Yep.
So essentially what I would do is if I knew that I had game, all I have to do is do this damage. I'd wait all until the damage step and just hold it in my hand when I'm attacking with Googles for 4K against something. And they'd be like, all right, you're not activating anything damage step. I flip over limiter removal. He's at 8,000 now. Good luck, buddy. And now what I do, I came across the Infinitrack stuff, which is essentially a bunch of construction equipment, cranes, trains, bulldozers, and shit like that. And I threw in like a few machina archetype things. And now what I do is I basically shit out level 10 monsters. All I need technically to do the one turn kill mechanic. If my opponent goes first and then I go second, all I need to do is bring out 2 level 10s, XYZ into Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max.
Oh, I know exactly.
Which is a hell of a name. He's 3,000 attack. I detach one from him, and it does 2,000 damage to the opponent. And the things that are materials for it, some of them have effects. Like if I detach it as material and send it to the grave, I can pop a card on their side of the field. So if they have like one monster, there goes your monster and 2,000 damage. Then I XYZ the Gustav into Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Libre, which is an 11 star monster, 4K attack,
rank 11,
rank 11. That was the word. Essentially, once per turn, you can also XYZ summon it. From using one rank 10 machine XYZ monster you control.
You can
just do it into Gustav. And then you can detach one from that. It gains 2,000 attacks. So then you have 6,000. But for the rest of the turn, you can only declare an attack with that card. On top of it, during each battle phase, this card can make attacks on monsters up to the number of materials it has +1. So what I do is with Infinitrack, there's these cards called Heavy Forward and a bunch of other things that I can essentially throw it onto my XYZs and give it more material. So I can, with 2 turns, I can have the Juggernaut Libre at fucking, I don't know, 12K, or I could have him at 8K attack. And then if I flip limit removal at the damage step, that's 16,000 attack coming at you in one. And basically, it's a mess. If anybody is able to stop it, I've been magic cylindered by it, though. It's fucking absolute. I was like, that was so good.
I was about to say freaking magic cylinder or dimension wall. It's like, you know what? Okay, well, that's cool. So
yeah.
They
also have magical cylinders now as well.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty broken too.
I put it in my machine, or in the train deck, and it's such a fun deck, and people have no idea what to do when you're swinging at them with like 6K, 8K, 12K attack. They're like, "What the fuck is this? Like, you did this on a first turn? What the hell is the matter with you?"
It sounds like you have a good engine. I'm just looking at Josh over here. He's just like, God damn, dude.
And the only reason
legit, I'm sitting here, I'm just like, I wonder if my psychic build that Tony has seen, I wonder how it would stack up. Like, I haven't messed with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, hardcore in a while.
You definitely need to really look at the new stuff around, because with how things are going right now, like, psychics, in a sense, like the old school, they'd be considered slow. Like, very slow. Like, they would not be able to keep up with everything that's, like, currently meta. Like, between, like, me and CJ and everything like that, probably you might have a chance, but, like, going in against, like, a really big hardcore meta.
You'd be like, guys in the high thing. They'd sit there and they'd play cards around. But that doesn't mean you can't go into diamond rank with an old school build. Like, Samurai, like, the Samurai armor guy, Kenji, he basically gains like 1,000 attack every time you throw an equip card on him or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, people would go in with just that dude, a ton of equip cards, and fucking just throw hands with everything with powerful equip cards. And it would just surprise people. It would catch all that meta shit off off guard. They're like, "What the fuck is this guy doing? Did he just normal summon and equip cards? What are you?"
Well, it's
Who
like,
are you, people?
it's like I know Tony's seen my psychic deck the one time. Like, I was just kind of screwing around with it, not really paying attention, and then it's just like, huh, you can't hurt me without healing me first.
Draining shield.
No, it was something to do with the fact of how many cards I could have banished at one time,
Oh,
multiplied by 400 health points, and it was calculated every single turn.
oh my god! You could do a.
I could have 10 cards banished and get 4k health back in a snap.
You would want,
and that was off of one monster. Like, that wasn't even anything. Like, it was just like, I banished these 10 cards. Here's this person.
So you would definitely want, I think it's called Pot of Avarice, because you have to banish the top 10 cards face down.
Yeah.
You draw 2,
Yeah.
so then there you go, there's your 10. So you just gotta hope to God you don't banish.
You've got duality as well, I think.
Yeah, that thing's what it was.
But it was like, there was so many of them. There was one that it was like, you have to attack this person as like your only attack option. Like, it would pull your attention to that card. But then it would also dabble into the banish pile and would gain attack and defense power based off of what was in the discard, like your banish deck. And it's like, oh god.
The one that does the banish, or he gets attacked based on how many cards are banished. Yeah. You definitely want to run that. You also want to run D-Fissure, because Dimensional Fissure just sits there and everything that goes in the grave gets banished.
Yep.
Yeah, that or Macros Cosmos too as a backup.
Definitely. I always forget the names of those. I hate them so much that I probably shouldn't forget them, but there's a card that I use to try to counter that, and I used to use it in my side deck when I was playing Dark Worlds, and like occasionally at like Gamers Gauntlet and that, in a local gaming place. Imperial Iron Wall. Neither player can banish cards.
Oof.
And I had to have it in the side deck. So the first duel would happen. I'd find out, oh, they're all about removing from play. I stuffed 3 Imperial Iron Walls into my deck real quick. I'm like, I don't need to let that happen. But I did see a really interesting build that can essentially, this fucking deck was so brilliant, and I actually am trying to build it myself and build it as good. But it literally makes your opponent deck out before you. And it requires you to just use flip summon cards. So literally you have Needleworm, like 3 of those, and the effect is flip. Send the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. And then you have a card like Morphing Jar, which you can have 1 of.
Oh god,
players discard their entire hand, as many cards as... Yep. And then you can do Book of Moon, let's see, flip it back down, target one face, change it face down offense position, and then you can do Book of Taiyu. To flip face down. Yeah, and you can do that repeatedly, because one's a normal spell, one's a quick play. And you can sit there and flip the Needleworm over and over and over, and they've just got to keep discarding cards off the top of their deck. I saw a dude, he made a 60-card deck out, which is Needleworms in a Morphing Jar, and a bunch of the Book of Taiyu and Book of Moon, and it was so fucking fun. I could not stop laughing. It was just so stupid, but I had to. I was like, I believe you can do it. And it was. Oh, there's also a card called Present Card. It's a trap. Your opponent discards their entire hand and then draws 5 cards, and you can have 3 of those fucking things.
Present card. And then you wanted to get gift card, which was like, oh yeah, here you go. Here's 3,000 points.
Here's 3,000 life points, and you can have 3 of those. I actually built that deck on too. It's not perfect. Then there's another card called Appropriate. Activate only when your opponent draws a card outside of either draw phase. After that, each time your opponent discards a card or cards, outside of their draw phase, immediately draw 2 cards. Then there's Forced Requisition, which I recently found out exists. When you can activate this card when you discard from your hand. After that, each time you discard from your hand, your opponent must also discard the same number of cards from his or her hand, which works with Dark Worlds, which is fucking nuts. And basically, they'll just keep having to throw away everything you give them or everything that they lose. And it's just a delight. They're like, can I have a hand?
I mean, not having a hand is good, but sometimes the graveyard itself is usually where a lot of things come from too, because a lot of cards, a lot of decks like to be in the graveyard.
Run off of it. Yeah, that's actually another card that I found. It's actually common, and it's so underrated, undervalued. I saw a quick video on it. Just one dude talking about it. It's a quick play spell called Silent Graveyard. Discard 1 card. Effects that activate in the graveyard this turn are negated. And you can run 3 of those. And there's, with how many effects happen in the grave, basically your opponent goes to like do, say, Dark Worlds, because a lot of their effects activate in the grave. You play that, discard 1 card, and my whole engine shuts down. A lot of other engines will shut down because their main mechanic is discarding to the grave and activating in the grave. And it's actually kind of weird that we don't see it more.
It's very true. But let's take a quick second here.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to thank all of our live viewers today just for joining us. This is still just a test episode. We're going to keep trying maybe another 1, maybe 2 more times before we actually push these as official videos or live casts. Again, we just want to all thank you for joining us today. It's great having you here.
Thank you. Come again. Feel free to say hi in chat or lurk. Either is good. We appreciate any viewers, any people that want to say hi. Do whatever, guys. Just enjoy the vibes.
Yeah, we might not acknowledge chat right away, but we are looking to try and do like a post show where we sit down and chat with you guys at the end.
If anything, I'll remember that chat exists and be like, hey, no.
You know, we are in chat. We do have it up. At least I do over here. I do check it.
I've been checking it throughout the entire time, so no worries.
I've been looking at dumb stuff.
So, but you're looking at yourself?
No. Well, yes. I mean, look at me.
Let me just get that jab.
God damn, man. Go.
Chester.
You gotta get a fucking towel. God damn.
A little narcissistic in here.
Put that thing away.
He loves the mirror.
I gotta protect my stabbing skills.
But yes, we do all appreciate everyone here. It means a lot. I have to say, at least, I appreciate both of you guys, because this thing wouldn't happen without either of you. Tony actually was the one who pulled us all together to, start this whole ordeal. And for better or worse, we have him to thank for what we're doing here. So I at least wanted to say, like, you guys poured in a lot of work with all of this. I definitely am being carried. They threw me in the backpack and said, "You're coming along. You're just the content." And hopefully I've done well with that.
Threw you in the backpack, zipped it up. It's like, you're coming along, boy, whether you want it or not. Yeah, that's
essentially what happened. I was like, what the hell's going on with this chat?
Speaking of backpacks, if somebody knows somebody who sells a good, strong wheelbarrow, it's getting heavy carrying this motherfucker on our back. We'd like to push him forward.
No, we
or
don't
at
need
least
a
be able to
dude.
reel him down a hill.
Find a ditch.
We need that freaking trailer that you were talking about. That's what we need.
There you go.
That's what we freaking need.
Hey, who's slowing down all the content and all the work here? And me in the background. That would be my fat ass.
And even then, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to pull him around. I don't know.
There you go.
I know. I got the truck still.
But I at least
your fat ass is going to be in the way of that too, there, dude.
I'll say that. Yeah. I'll say this though. We do actually have a 4th member, from what I know, and at least I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, ow! Got him with the stab, and he's not even here to defend himself.
I know, but at least I don't look as bad now. No, I still feel horrible.
As you slowly bleed out, I'm like, oh look, there he goes.
Yeah. 2 stab wounds.
At least I'm
Nobody's
pretty
happy.
enough to be on camera.
Oh, I definitely am not dressed for that.
I forgot my makeup. I'm sorry.
See,
Uh,
I have been up since 4, and I still look fantastic
4 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon? I'm pretty sure.
in the
You
morning.
sleep late? Oh, my condolences.
Yeah, Mom had to
What
get
a
to the
scoop.
airport.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah,
But
so instead of her
flight.
paying the $200 parking fee, I'm not going to say where because,
Yeah.
it's the internet.
Don't need
No.
to be yeah.
No, information is always everywhere. So no matter what, they're probably going to find out soon enough.
But at least we have to guard our butt in the easier routes.
Yeah.
True.
But so instead of dropping her off at Redacted, it was just a matter of, hey, get up, we got to go down here we have to be out the door at 5. How long do you need? Give me like 5 minutes so I can throw a shirt in my slippers and I'll be ready to go. Quite literally, I got up, threw a shirt on, threw my slippers on, and grabbed my bottle of Gamer Subs that I had made the day before, which, not sponsored. Love the product.
Evan F, Destiny YouTuber, he was also yammered in that they give out a lot of free stuff. We would love a sponsorship, G Subs.
Yeah,
I hear your stuff's good.
So, I have it back there behind me, and no, I'm sorry, it's actually upstairs. But
Liar.
They have one. I can't remember who it's for, but it is strawberry daiquiri. Woo!
Ooh, that should just
it's good.
Ooh.
I love that shit. I'm a 2-scoop guy, 500 to 600 milliliter of water. But boy, oh boy, like the only thing I will say with it, gotta have something to eat. If you get halfway through it and you haven't eaten, you are not in for a good time.
Oh boy, good to have that warning out
one
there.
One of those kind of things. Gotcha. Understood.
Yeah, like it's a lot of caffeine and such to it, but it's good.
You're like, haha, jittery. I can see color.
Oh no, it's not even that you get jittery. At least I get a massive headache that comes on with it if I don't have something in my stomach. So quite literally, on my way back from the airport, I had only gotten through half the fucking bottle. So I sat down. No, not sat down, rather. I pulled into McDonald's. Got a couple breakfast sandwiches, an OJ, and 2 hash browns. Like, sweet.
Nice.
Came home, killed it, fucking played. New game I've been playing because of fucking streamers.
We do need to talk about that, apparently.
Yeah, I'll get to that here in a second. Was doing my fucking skill training that I'll get into detail of why I was doing it at fucking 7 in the morning. Instead of going back to bed for an hour before going to work.
Sometimes you guys got to get in that extra cram time, and that's pretty much the only times you can really do it sometimes.
Oof.
But, yeah.
But so...
Yeah, what's this new game, sir?
So this game is called Mortal Online 2. Best way to describe it, think WoW in the way of like some of the races and some of the monsters. Like they're still adding content. There's no fast travel, and the map is massive. Ooh, and I'm talking like on the fastest horse in the game to go from side to side or corner to corner is a 2-hour ride.
Oh man.
Again, on horseback at full fucking speed sprinting. It's definitely a 2-hour ride.
Sounds like a game for somebody who likes the grind.
Ride?
Like just straight there timed?
Yeah.
In game, not in game, it's real time 2 hours.
Real time 2 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like woo! But here's the worst part. Like best part. I play a lot of PvP games. I play a lot of Escape from Tarkov, which is heavy PvPvE, right? Mm-hmm. This game is open world PvPvE. You can turn on criminal activities so you aren't hitting friendlies or anything. Like, you won't hit allies if you have it turned off and you're fighting AI. But If you turn criminal activities on, you can hit anybody. You can turn this shit on in the city. If it's a guarded city with AI guards, you can attack a player and you will just get the fucking hammer of boom, dead. What the fuck? AI fucking guards will one-shot you in town. Like, you can still get a kill off on a player in town and be dead. Your loot is on the ground. It's available for anybody who wants to turn on criminal activities. They also will get attacked by guards. But so,
From what it sounds like here, real quick, is so if you turn on criminal activity, and if you just kind of like walk around, don't do nothing, you're pretty much fine. But as soon as you shoot someone, like you could probably kill them, if not probably like horribly injure them, but you're probably just gonna die like within like seconds.
Yep.
And
like there's towns that are, it's a proper town. Like you have a bank there and such, but there's no guards. So quite literally, rolling up, you gotta have your head on a fucking swivel because you don't know, somebody might come out of the fucking woods with a fucking, basically think like an oversized gavelled hammer and just doink, dead.
Yeah, you gotta be watching your own ass pretty good.
So this is another question real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, so let's say like all three of us are playing. We're not on teams. We just happen to find each other for whatever god awful reason that we're just playing. So I have that mode where that's not on. I'm not a criminal. I'm just going around minding my own business. And then CJ, he's kind of off doing what he needs to do. He's got criminal off too. So you're coming in, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
You have criminal on.
I can attack either of you.
Damn.
So it doesn't matter if we have it on or not. We can still die. Okay.
Criminal means you can initiate the attack. You having it turned off means you can defend against it, and anybody who's around you who does not have it turned on can join in to defend you, or can turn it on to join in the attack on you. So it's literally one of those things, you don't know if, you could see a group of 20 people. Again, like, there's no HUD really telling you all their names out at a distance. Like, they have to be pretty close to you. Like, they can pull out bows and start shooting at you prior to you realizing they're hostile. Now, that being said, like, in cities and such, they already have a VoIP in-game. So you can literally walk around town and talk with anybody. Yesterday, I was sitting in a town, just minding my own business, training up my armor skill, which is where I was saying earlier about training skills.
Mm-hmm.
I was just training my armor skill in town. So I have to be overweight in an armor to gain points in armor training. Think of it like you have your light, medium, and heavy.
Yeah.
In WoW, I'm pretty sure you can just throw on a set of heavy armor and be somewhat okay. In this, oh, motherfucker, you're wearing too much armor? Yeah, no, you're gonna fall off your horse.
Ooh.
You are movement impaired. You're jump height.
Like a sloth boy.
You are jump height impaired. To the point, you can't even step up a foot gap. Like, you gonna jump and it's just like, you went to your tippy toes and fell down. It's that bad.
That's actually kind of funny.
That's outrageous.
So,
I need to jump this like big gap. It's so huge. This is a big test for me. Okay.
Makes Fallout's over encumbered what is it, debuffs or whatever seem like fucking child's play.
Yeah, I mean, this game's like debuffs can get brutal.
I have no doubt. This is definitely, as much as I would probably like to play a game like it, I probably should not, because I definitely don't have
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out there. But no,
the time.
Like, as I was saying, like, I was sitting in this town, minding my own business, watching a stream of somebody playing the game. And they're like, oh, we're going to head to this town. I'm like,
I'm in that town.
isn't that my town? There's one server. Globally, there is one server.
Oh my god.
It's a very niche
You don't have to
game.
worry about.
It's like 1,500 players.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah,
really
like I said,
small.
it's a very niche game. But with how difficult it is and everything else, I can understand. Like, it absolutely is a niche category game. Like, right
Not for
now,
everybody.
oh no, like, it is one of those brutally punishing games. Like, you have to figure a way to make money. So you can either buy equipment or buy resources to make equipment. Which, okay, some people will want to be, like, there's a guild that's just, their name is the Artisans. They don't fight. They have no interest in fighting. All they want to do is craft. And hunt and that. Like, and that's it. That's all they want to do. And it's fucking like, I understand. I respect you guys. Totally get it. They make fucking bank as well. Because they'll go out, hunt monsters and shit like that for the resources from those monsters. Like, the guy I was watching, his name's Clean over on Twitch. With a K. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, big Tarkov guy, big variety streamer nowadays. Like, he's a pretty good guy. It was funny running into him and a couple other guys I watched from Tarkov who are now playing this game as well, and they're like, oh, I'm totally addicted with this. It's so good. Because, like, as I was saying, there's different kinds of combat, right? You have your melee, your range with bows, and then you also have mage. Right? They're planning, I believe, on bringing, like, a bard type role in.
Oh, God.
Well, mages right
Sweet
now are
God.
fucking ungodly strong. But mages also. So, okay, CJ, you want to be a mage? Here's your
No.
spell book. Go fill it.
Oh boy.
Oh,
You have to learn your spells, inscribe them into your book. You have a chance to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But, on top of which, as a mage, you also have to carry resources for your spells.
Yeah, you gotta.
So it's much more of like an alchemical spell casting.
That's definitely like.
Which it's like,
So what you would be saying is that it's more like a rune crafting kind of spell casting.
No, it's not even like with runes.
It's like D&D because
think of it like this, Tony. You have to have a bottle of water and like charcoal in order to cast the spell, and it consumes a point of each for this one spell. If you only bring enough for 10 spells, you have 10 spells like you are a fucking Pokemon.
Yep, you got the PP.
But at the same time, you can also go buy a lot of this stuff at the in-town traders and just buy a shit ton of it. And it's fairly cheap.
That's good.
But is there like a
but
limit
you also
on
have
how
your
much
carry
you can
limit.
have?
Yeah,
yes, you have a weight limit. Now, some of it doesn't weigh a lot, which it's understandable. Like, there's a lot of powders that weigh like next to nothing. But you also have to factor in your own armor,
ingredients, different kinds of spells that need different kinds of ingredients. Oh boy.
Yeah, like right now, mages are so broken in a way that a singular good mage can kill a group of 10 players head on.
Damn.
And win with taking very little damage. If they are melee and range only and no mage with them, that same solo mage can also be healing himself while dishing out damaging attacks as long as he has the supplies and the equipment. Like, the guys I was watching...
I could just see that guy running around going, "Abracadabra,
Yeah.
abracadabra."
Like you can tell when it's a
Hadouken!
like a heavy mage. One of the guys I was watching, he's like, "Oh yeah, you can basically just set up a macro to go overnight, casting one type of set spells all night because of how long it takes to actually cast it. But by morning, like, say I stop at 5 o'clock, by 5 a.m. the next day, I am master mage in that entire fucking category.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it takes hours of training.
Yeah.
So, like, right now, I'm training myself in heavy armor because I want to build myself as a heavy cavalry rider.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be rolling around on a horse.
Do you want
armor.
a real cavalry saber? I've got one that has the stuff to mount onto a horse.
Oh, this is where it gets real fun. So I'm gonna be riding around with a tower shield.
Oh,
Oh no, God!
Uh-huh. Oh, it gets better. I also have a lance.
Oh.
God.
Uh-huh. So
You're gonna
the
be charging in with everybody and just like, tally ho!
So
You're gonna be the first in there and the heaviest dude. You're gonna literally be the vanguard.
yes, but there's also, think of it like a subcategory that I'm also looking to add in with it. Me being in heavy armor, my horse is heavy armor, my shield heavy armor, my lance is meant for me to fucking just get in, get that quick stab, try and get a headshot on somebody with one hit, because you can one-shot somebody in the head with a lance, being on the ground with a charge attack. But you have to be at the right distance because, oh, by the way...
Hey everybody, welcome to Close Josh. There is a fucking hit box for your weapon.
Oh, that's so good.
So, CJ, thinking you do kendo, right?
Kempo.
Kempo, okay, right? So you mainly are trying to strike with your hand, right?
Yeah, I also do some other stuff, but it's all about range and getting in close, shit like that.
Right, so think of it like this. You go to jab in, but you're a little too close, so you strike with your forearm. Like, in reality, you miss, so you accidentally strike with your forearm, right? In this, you go to swing a two-handed sword, but you're too close. You will hit with your hilt.
Oh, that's actually really
yes.
Cool.
You're just far enough away, you might miss them with your blade entirely.
Yeah, like 90% of like being able to do shit well in martial arts in any sort of like aspect, it is all about like footwork and putting yourself at the right place at the right time and being able to be in range to do what you need to do.
Yes,
that whether you're using a knife, a sword, a pair of Kali sticks, whatever you need, it's all about that. Can you outmaneuver this guy? Put yourself in a good position to where you can hit them or distract them. Can you set them up with yada yada yada? But it's cool to see a game that actually like takes into account, hey, you're too close to swing this. Donk, I'm gonna hit you with the hilt. I'm sure that does at least a little bit of damage if you have a hilt.
It is like maybe 1%.
Yeah. But it's like, I didn't have enough room to swing this. Well,
it'd be kind of funny if they actually kind of knocked him out a little bit too, like kind of dazed him.
You just whack real quick with the hilt.
So
what?
This is where they also have like sword fighting and like weapon fighting really good.
I can just see someone going.
You have 4 axes of attack.
Yeah, because normally with
so like you have your strike down, you have your side, both sides, and then you have your thrust. You have to plan on blocking on the correct direction.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Because you have to learn to anticipate and, predict what they're going to do or realize, hey, this is going on. I'm going to be able to block at this angle. I also need to be able to strike at an angle that they're not going to expect. I mean, that goes, like I do a lot of Kali as well. The place I train at, they teach multiple forms, both weapon and hand-to-hand. Kali, we have like the basic like knife fighting angles and whatnot for where your slashes are. you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's like 6, 7, 8 at certain points. But the 5 is, or the first 5 is 2 diagonal slashes in each direction. So you got 1, 2. You got the waist slashes, the completely horizontal one, 3, 4. Then you have the upper slashes, which are 5, 6. And then you've got the upward stab in, which is like 7, I think it is. I might be mixing this up. It's been a bit since I've been in and practicing that, unfortunately. But it's cool to see that like you essentially have to figure out what melee direction they're going to go, how they're going to do it, and shit like that. That sounds really cool.
So, like, using tools here for an example, everybody starts at a base level, right?
Yeah.
Going to use Stylus here as the attacker. So you will see me literally bring my weapon down into a thrust pattern. You have to then go to block it in order to counter it properly and parry it.
Mm.
And doing a properly timed parry does not stun your attacker at all.
Yeah.
So you think, oh, while he's still down here on the offensive on the stat on his piercing attack, I'm going to try and get a downward swing on him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he sees you're starting this, so he's going to aim up, hit you in the head, and it's going to cause you to fall back a little bit, and now your entire attack is wasted.
Yeah.
So now he's going to go from the side. So you go, oh, I'll block him on the side. While he's recharging on, to come back out of that animation. All right, now I'm going to take my hammer and bonk on the head. Bad dog.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you have to be watching all these movements because some guys' weapons, especially the higher end gear,
They'll fake you.
No, it's not even that. Like, right now, there is they act more like a feint. Like, they'll bring it up to make it look like they're about to come down on you.
And then go to the side.
And they'll feint and make it a stab.
Oh, that's actually shit.
But at the same time, watching this, you see them jump up and spin away from you and change into that feint. So you can't see what they're changing to. Because they're literally jump turning.
That's a little messed up.
Rip-a-tway, esquisier, and stab.
So it's like, hey, let's face away from our attacker.
Well, there's no difference in damage. But yes.
Oh.
But it's like, you want a horse? You have 3 different options.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, really 2. Third option doesn't really work. Your first option is going in buying it. Congratulations, you've made enough money to buy a horse. Very proud of you. You've just spent an hour plus, depending on where you are, grinding money. If, like, say you just go to the town,
breaking pots, cutting grass, finding rupees, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Going outside of town and fighting at the cemetery that's a open, unguarded area that has zombies in it.
Yay!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. You gotta kill close to 15 or 20 of them, taking their heads back to town to go sell it to a fucking trader. Cool, now you have 3 gold.
Yeah, and those zombie heads were heavy too, so you only had like the ability to carry so much. I'm sure.
Only 3 gold for 15. That sucks.
It's like 10 silver or 15 silver.
Oh, okay. So it's
head.
like copper, silver, and gold. I was like, 3 gold? That sounds like dog shit. But if you're talking WoW money, that 3 gold is a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So it is literally 100 copper equals 1 silver. 100 silver equals 1 gold.
100 gold equals a lot of grinding time.
100 gold equals 100 gold. End of story.
100 gold equals I need to go out and touch grass.
I mean, really, if
100 gold means I need to get outside and actually enjoy the sun.
there is multiple different ways of making money. Like, you could go fight bandits at the camps. Depending on the level of bandit and, like,
You might get
their
gold.
quality of bandit. Like, if they are a bandit leader, they could have upwards of, like, 20 to 30 gold on them.
There you go.
And all
That's
there's
good.
like sub minions, depending if like they're a range or a mage or like even an archmage.
They might even have like materials and stuff.
Oh, they'll still have money, but it'll be like astronomically more money. But your
Mhm.
basic bandit, they'll have like maybe 1-2 gold. So killing bandits is good money.
Oh, of course.
It's really high risk though.
Yeah, because you may have another player come up on you and be like, I don't think this guy's nice.
Like, I see this guy, like, I've been watching him for a while.
Yeah,
I
and
see
it's
him,
You'd
like,
be
they're all
lucky
about
if it's
making
just
a
one
200,
player who
300
rolls
and
up.
yeah, you get
Yeah,
third
it's
partied
like-
by like 6.
I mean, you could literally get jumped of upwards of 40 players riding around on horses looking for
Just-
PvP.
Mob party.
Quite literally, yes.
Oh man, that would suck ass. It's like, oh, I'm just trying to go. I'm a new player. 40 dudes come rolling up on horses and shit and just spread your ass out.
No, it's pretty much like, what say you? What are you doing, sir? I'm just trying to play the game. I just loaded in.
I just want to fight a
Okay.
few zombies, please.
So,
I say, what say you, ringleader? He just comes looking at you with his thumb, like right in the middle, like the freaking one Gladiator movie. He just points it all the way straight down. Everyone just swarms the fuck in and just murders that
You just
guy.
hear battle
Yes.
cries and just
You're like,
crunching the bones.
But,
They're
like,
getting mauled.
where it gets really funny in that regard of like large groups, again, you can't see who's in your group or anything like that.
Yeah.
If people
Oh,
are toggled
no.
hostile.
So you may get friendly fire.
Yes. That being said, when I was saying about getting a horse, option 2 is going and taming it yourself.
Yeah. You gotta find a
Right.
horse and hope nobody kills
There's
it.
like quite a
Tame a
few
horse, ride a cowboy.
areas. Like there's quite a few areas that actually do spawn horses. Like there's a good public map available for all players. But do you think the tutorial island taught you how to tame a horse?
Oh, fuck no.
Absolutely
Look,
not.
figure it out on yourself.
No, they give you okay, read this. Oh, by the
Have
way,
fun.
the tutorial was the longest fucking part of this game I've ever seen.
Oh, boy.
So you have to be level 2.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound too crazy. You start at level 0.
So you have to, like, kill a dragon and accomplish all this, save this island from liberation,
Mm,
just
no.
to fucking get a single level.
Yep. But
It's
then you
not
have
even
to
that much.
conquest, and then go raid a castle, save the queen, kill another dragon who's twice as tall and twice as big.
And then
And then you
recite
have
the
to
Bible
kill
in
that in a
Japanese.
certain specific way. Exactly. Recite an ancient Japanese text from a sword that was forged from the original dragon you first killed, to stab the other dragon, and recite another weird Greek mythological thing that you found from way back when from another cave. Then itself, you have level 2.
And then you find out that the boots that you originally had on had riddle the whole time. Never did.
So
But carry on.
This is one of those games that quite literally. Okay, hey, here's the basic tutorial of how you do things. Okay, how do I leave the tutorial?
Okay,
Good luck.
It's that kind of a tutorial
Game's
where
already
you don't
let
know when
you
you're
go.
done.
Congratulations, you finished the tutorial. At any time, you can go to the mainland. Okay, how do I do that?
Goodbye. It's just motions like go away.
Yep, goodbye. You're still here? What the fuck? Go.
We
leave.
told you you
We're
can
done.
go to the
We're
main
trying to
island.
get the other
How do you
person
do
on
that?
the island right now. You figure that out yourself. Go. Just leave. Like the same with this guy right now. You're done. Get the hell out of here. Go fuck yourself. Go.
But so, if you finish the basic tutorial pieces that teach you everything, like how to craft a weapon, how you go find resources, what you need for resources, and teach you how to make a weapon, and armor, and everything else, it's like, oh, this is great, cool, awesome.
Hmm?
What do I do now? Literally, no instruction anywhere.
Oh boy.
You
It doesn't even tell you have to be level 2 to fucking leave!
That's annoying.
And you don't have level 2 by the time you're done with everything.
That's even
There's no hand-holding.
More. No
Because-
hand-holding, completely hands-off.
Which I can actually
I can-
appreciate that a bit
yeah.
too.
Like,
because-
as little tutorial as there is, it does teach you the basics. Absolutely. It teaches you the bare minimum. But what this game also needs to teach people, hey, you need to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
VoIP is in for a reason. And the streamer clean. He's like, look, you have to actually be social with people. Like, you cannot just sit here and
You can't solo,
play solo.
everything.
No, there's a lot of it.
You need someone to
cannot
watch your
solo,
back.
period.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it is
that's
literally
where-
impossible for 99% of the player base.
I think that's actually pretty good because the way I see it as well is
It encourages people to talk to each other.
it encourages people to talk to each other, but
Builds community.
it builds community, yes, but big but it also gets those kind of, especially if people are streaming with it too. It's like whether it's crafted or edited in or scripted in, but there's times where like, okay, well, like again, example, I'm playing with you two. We're going like we finally actually settled our differences. We got together. We're actually going as a group. We're doing a couple raids. We're doing what we want. Okay, we
Mhm.
killed this really cool big ass thing. That's awesome. Like, look at all this awesome loot. Freaking CJ, it's like, no, I like this shit. Pow, pow.
Mine. Yeah.
We're both dead.
Turn
You
turn and
take
kill.
everything we have, including all of our stuff, and you just make your way out of here.
Like,
That can
oh,
happen
thanks.
at any point.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's definitely
100%. But with that being
That's like the-
said, when you return to your priest, because you have to return to a town or a priest, because you can build your own castle basically to spawn in.
My own domain. Yes.
Well, you respawn at said priest. If you're in a town, you can report whoever killed you as a murderer.
and then they get a
So they
bounty
can
on
set
them.
a bounty on their head.
You can legitimately go and pay a bounty fucking price to put on somebody's head.
That sounds like really fun.
That's
And
cool.
then- And then, the best part, whoever kills them,
Gets the money.
They have to take the head to a town and turn it in.
so not only do they get killed, their head literally gets dragged to town and
That's
fucking
awesome.
just, here's my head. Give me the money. And it's just like, oh, daddy, I like.
That's fucking cool.
That probably purposely makes people want to do straight up bounty hunting. Then
Yes, I know.
Actually,
I have
that-
met a couple people who only do bounty hunting.
That was another question I was about to ask. Actually, what is it? Do you need to be in criminal after someone who has a bounty, or does the person
I'm
who
not
did
sure
a
yet.
bounty get a notification like, "Hey, you're wanted now"? Fuck, fucker.
You know, I'm not sure on that. I haven't seen it happen yet.
dude, that would be.
But again, with
Exclusive.
it being such a niche game, I don't know if people know it exists.
Yeah, for all you know,
So,
you may
I
have
think
discovered it.
interesting way of doing that for the bounty is to not even notify the player who's just got
Yeah.
put a bounty on them.
Yeah.
Like if they happen to go into town, like I'm sure people can check bounty boards in town, and then next thing you know, like okay, well, that'd be another weird thing too. Is I'm not sure if the player can accept their own bounty and just kill themselves and just collect their own
that
head,
would be actually really
is-
funny.
which would be stupid, but I'm sure that's not going to happen. So in other words, they can see like their own bounty, but they can't accept their own bounty.
So,
So they know
there's
that
no
they're
bounty
wanted.
board.
no bounty
Oh.
board.
So quite literally, you can be out being a fucking hostile asshole. Kill a whole bunch of people, go, alright, let me just take all these heads, I'll go in the town and see if they're worth anything. Or if you're defending yourself and you kill a attacker. Hey, I'm gonna take your head, shove in bag, walk to town or ride to town. Okay, let's be real. You're going to walk to town because they killed your horse.
Mm-hmm. And then you're going to be like, let's see if this guy has...
Yeah, and any bounties tacked onto him. Free money. And because you're already in town, you can just put it in the bank. Now, the other side with taming, not only can you tame horses, there are other wild animals, like you can tame wolves, dire wolves, bears,
puppy,
pigs. It's a thing called a razorback. Think like a wild boar.
Oh yeah, big boar.
It's a massive boar, and they're assholes. But they're good money.
They are.
Yeah, but they're
good money. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. They come up and attack you because you exist.
Yeah, but
they're pests. They're pissed that you exist. They must eradicate you from this world.
Yeah, they're like, get out of here, swine! And you're like, have you looked in the mirrors?
Right.
So, where it gets really funny, it's not just those animals you can control. There's other creatures. Like, you can put them into a mercy mode, like a mercy state, and try and tame them and take control of them.
Ooh.
So, with my build, how I'm looking to do it, my main person, I'm going to be a heavy cavalry. Mainly to charge in and try and disrupt people as much as possible, right? But to have follow behind me, because I'm going to try and avoid using a sword, unless my horse gets killed, then I will swap to a short sword for a one-handed fight, or probably a Morning Star or something. But my real offensive power is going to be whatever fucking creature I have. So I got watching some of these videos on tamers and like high level guys with insane levels of fucking monsters. Like 125 is the max level for a monster.
Damn.
The biggest monster currently that you can put under your control was running through this dungeon one-shotting players.
Damn.
I'm like, rude. Oh my god! And this summoner's just, this tamer's just literally walking behind him, healing the entire time. Like, it's still taking a considerable amount of damage.
Just got
but it's just bam, 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 bam.
Like tamer in the back, just like like a hurricane. Yeah, and Doc Barrack just healing away.
Quite literally. But it's like, okay, if I don't put anything into magic, so I'm not able to heal it, right? Because you have set amount of skill points in total. So you have your primary skills, and then you have your, I guess they'd be like a job skill, and they're separate. You have 1,200 points, which is 1,200 levels. Some skills can go to a minimum of 10, and that's where they start.
Dang.
So, like, right now, I'm training my armor training. I need to be level 100 in that skill so I can start training heavy armor training.
Dang. So
which I have to go get a book.
Requires commitment.
Yes, and no. So, like I just said about books, they also have a skill book. So you can train your basic skills, or sometimes even like a subcategory skill, with a book. And your character just passively reads it. If you die, you keep the book. End of story, right? It's like, oh, that's cool, great, sweet. So, like right now, I'm reading a book on animal control, or beast control, or something like that. So you also have points for how many monster or whatever control points as well. Controlling a horse takes points. So you bring a horse out of a stable. And you want to bring a monster with you to fight. You have to make sure you have enough control points between the two to control both of them. Otherwise, one might leave you, or both might leave you. And if you have a fucking monster with you, what happens when you fucking lose it?
Yeah.
It going eat
It's
you.
going to be hostile.
Yep. It's gonna be like, yo, you look pretty tasty. You
I'm
look
gonna take
like
you down
a
in one
snack.
shot. Oh, look, you're dead. I wonder how that happened. You
Does the monster like
should
stick
have
around
had your
after?
points more spread out there.
They will stay
buddy.
around until they are killed.
Oh man, so you could just leave a monster somewhere and be like, you know what? Good luck, everybody else. I'm unleashing this thing. Have fun.
Quite literally. So, like, if it's a tamed animal for start, like, you can untame it and somebody can walk up to try and tame it. Monsters I haven't seen, what happens when you let them loose.
That's what I mean. You could be like,
Mm.
oh, this town, it looks cute. Good luck. Have fun, monster. And you just you let it fucking just go there. Oh, I don't have any points. I better find a town to dump them in. Good luck,
Right,
everybody else.
right. It's like, you know what? I think we need to see our separate ways. It was fun having you around, but I simply just don't really seem to have enough points to kind of keep you under control. I just have enough to kind of get you here, and that's kind of it. So this is
You're
where
not
I'm gonna
being
have to leave
fired,
you.
but you're being laid off.
Exactly.
So
Like-
here's the best part. You also have to feed your animals and tames.
Oh
So
boy.
a horse,
You gotta have
you
all
have
the
to
food.
feed it certain foods. If its hunger is over 500 out of 1,000, it will start losing loyalty with you. Once you lose that loyalty, it will just disappear and fuck off.
Hmm.
Like, as soon as it's out of your sight, fuck off, dead, gone, whatever. Or somebody might tame it and take it away. Right?
Hmm.
A monster, as soon as they lose that loyalty, they turn aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So quite literally, you could feed it, get all the way to a said town, run out of food, and just be like, hey, can you just stay here and you fucking leave? Because you know what's going to happen soon.
Yep. No, that's everybody else's problem though.
Yup.
Come
Yup.
back a couple days later, it's like, well, this town.
I heard that
seems
town
a
got
bit
burned to the
different.
ground.
Right?
So that's where it gets to be really fun right now. So, like I was saying about player-owned castles and such. So,
Oh, you can unleash it in somebody's castle. Be like, good luck, bitch.
So think of it much more like a keep versus like an actual big castle, right?
Yeah.
So you can start with a house and it's like a 1-room house, a 2-room house, a 3-room house, and then you move into like a keep, which is a 1-floor keep with a balcony area so you can fight from. Like fight off attackers and whatever. Be able to close the doors and hang out. Right?
You could also have a moat full of alligators and stuff. Who knows?
Sadly, they
That's-
don't have that, but they are looking to add
basic.
more building stuff. But so, like, right now, there's villages of just players. Like, player-made villages.
You need
That's
to find a
pretty
way
cool.
to get sharks with laser beams on their head. And there you go. That's
Nope.
a good defense.
But right
I'm
now,
a shark
like,
wizard. I cast laser.
some of these villages are actually looking at trying to talk to GMs about, hey, you know, in Mortal Online Original, like, yeah, okay, we know players built walls in locked off dungeons and such. So we understand why it's not a building tool. But can we, like, maybe get the okay and, like, pre-plot this? Because we want to wall in our cities and lock it so nobody else can come raid it. Or
Yeah.
make it so they can destroy the walls, but it's repairable. But yet, they have to attack it and commit a siege on this city.
To be
Or
able
these
to
players.
That would be
That would
nuts.
be a
That
pretty
would be
good
insane!
That would be fun as hell because you'd have it be like, all right, I gotta get on siege going on.
But again, the world doesn't stop, and it's a worldwide
Exactly.
server, right? So you legit could fucking get on at 4 in the morning and be under attack, and still be under attack for
By
fucking
the next
days!
Yeah, it's like, do people have the
And
time?
it's like,
Yeah.
oh god, it would be so good!
But it would also be, it's hell for anyone who has, like, outside of game commitments.
That just kind of reminds me of
Yes!
the freaking scene from Lord of the Rings. They're falling back to the wall, and then it's like the orcs are storming in because they finally were able to actually break through. They're getting through the wall, and next thing you know, freaking Gandalf comes from nowhere.
You
like
shall not pass.
Not shall not pass. That's when he's fighting the Balrog, man. Get your freaking scenes right, boy. Shame on
I need to
you.
watch more Lord of the Rings then.
That just kind of reminds me of that. Like, everything's under attack. Things are blowing the fuck up. They're about ready to try to break down the door. Then I think Gimli and Aragorn come through on the side, start breaking people away from the door. Then finally, after like a good full night's worth, if I'm not sure if they shortened it for time, but I think it was like a night's worth. It might have been a couple days in the books, like a day or two. But Gandalf from the very freaking top, like, yo, comes in, swoops on in with everyone with fucking horses and clears them all out. Like, that's what I think that would be kind of fun procedure. Like, imagine that. Like, you trying to tame your horse and everything like that. You got people with horses coming in to clear out that people that are attacking the walls.
Well, and that's
kind of attack, like, bitch, roll!
Well, it's like, just saying there's, again, 1,500 concurrent players, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if you had 700 of those players fighting.
Yeah.
Like,
the lag.
Oh, God.
That's the great thing. Like, there's not really that bad of lag with a lot of players around. Like, with a lot of mage, yeah, that area would probably be really laggy. But
gotta turn my settings down just a bit.
I wouldn't even say turning your settings down would help in that instance, but think 200 players defending, 500 players attacking.
Oh boy.
All the horses, all the fucking players' gear. Because gear can look different across everybody. Like, you want to make armor? Like, okay, here's Flakestone, which is one of the basic starting resources, right? It's pretty okay. It's not great. It doesn't have a lot of damage. But I want to pair, like, I'm making armor for my chest and my hips, right?
Mm-hmm.
I use that as a base, and for a ceiling layer for on top, where you would normally try and put, like, plate or something like that, like steel or something, I'm going to put bone. It looks like bone!
That's cool.
With metal trim around it to hold it all together. It's like, oh, that's awesome!
It's fucking
rad. Neat.
And
it kind of gives me like Monster Hunter vibes right there.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Like, I gotta get into playing that again. I missed that game.
The amount of customizability with gear and everything else, like, I want to find somebody who is a fucking god at crafting lances, and just tell them, I want the best lance, and I want 5 of them for when I eventually die.
Yep.
And I want a good sword to go with it.
Just give me the good shit.
Just tell me how much money you need for the resources and your time, and I will pay it. And I can literally drop in game and have that conversation.
Yep.
And literally just be like, hey, assholes! I want to fucking buy this. Who can help?
Y'all, everyone shut the fuck up and just
turn
take my goddamn money.
Turn on criminal mode and turn around. You say assholes?
Oh yeah, everybody would fucking look at you and go, what the fuck, we're in town. Wait till we're outside of town.
You must be new guy. You must be new here.
Fucking noob.
Right? So you can have that kind of conversation with people. And you can literally have people fucking follow you outside of town.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I'm going to stalk you for...
And it being such a niche game, those people can literally follow you for weeks.
Oh, God.
Where you going, buddy?
So when you're off,
I saw you last lagged off.
You like log off. Do you?
Your character disappears.
Okay, cool.
Your character disappears, but again, you log back in where you were. So if you go to log out inside of a town, it takes 10 seconds to log out. Right?
I hope nobody shoots at you for 10 seconds.
Yes. If you are outside of a city wall, it's 2 minutes.
Ah.
You are defenseless for 2 minutes.
Oh my.
Oh, I need to log out and go to bed. Good luck.
Better find a town.
So you need to keep all your tames.
Take the extra.
So if you want to log out outside of city, keep all your tames within like 10 meters of you, including your horse. You go sit in a bush and fucking hide.
Pick a god and pray.
Legitimately, like, you gotta hope everything despawns with you. Hence why I say the 10-meter radius. Because if it's outside of that 10-meter radius, it will stay in the world.
Yep.
It's like, oh shit. I'm fucked. Gotcha.
Found him. Oh boy.
But yeah, like,
this sounds like a hell of a game.
Oh, dude, it's got so much going on. It's just like, oh fuck.
So yeah, what do I want to do? What can you do? Anything.
Like, quite literally, I've been training my armor skill for hours at this point, and I'm just like,
please, sir, may I have some?
I'd like to do something other than run around town fucking with my weapon out, looking like an asshole. Because you train it like faster when you have your weapon drawn.
Yeah.
And sprinting. It's like, oh, okay.
Look at my holes. My holes is amazing.
People just giving me the side eye, like, what's this dude's deal?
Quite literally, I had a couple people just go, "What are you doing?" It's like training armor skill. Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, carry on. Have a good day.
Like, they genuinely get confused.
Yeah.
It's
like, that's like a freaking goddamn Jedi mind tricks. What the hell are you doing? I'm training my armor skill. Right.
Oh, okay, carry on.
You're training your armor skill. Okay, good. Carry on.
Got
carry
you.
on.
Got you, fam.
You know,
Just
it's
don't
like
do anything sus, and you're good.
It's like you can duel people in cities, right?
Mm-hmm.
The big logic idea is you strip all your armor off and you're just using your weapon. Because your equipment has durability.
Yeah. So you don't want to, like, fuck up your good shit.
Right. Like, you don't even use a good sword or anything like that. You literally use test equipment that's very similar weight and type to what you are using. Because you might get used to the attack speed with, like, pig iron.
Yeah.
But yet you're using steel, which is super heavy. But yet the pig iron's super light. So you're used to a light weapon that charges for a very strong attack very quickly.
Yeah.
But yet you're not getting the quality training with it.
Yeah.
Because you're getting used to faster, not the slower that you need, so you know how to train.
You know how to wind it up, or essentially like set up and prepare your attacks.
Exactly.
It's like, need to have good timing.
There is no timing.
Speaking of timing, we've been quite a while.
We've gone over the limit here, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. I think it's
not
good.
Too bad.
I think we're pretty well ready for a closeout.
Yep, by all means, fellas.
Today I actually will do a closeout.
Oh, you what? Oh?
What? Huh? Yes. Again.
Okay, there we go.
So,
thank you all for coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it up in general so you guys can follow along where I'm at.
Yep.
But why?
All right.
It's so boring.
Hey everyone, we want to thank you for joining us here today at the Round Square Table. Feel free to give us a follow. Make sure to check us out at the links below for our Spotify and YouTube to catch up on past podcasts. Also, you can find our schedule for future live broadcasts down there as well. Look at that. Bye!